This is MacVoices TV. The Take Control ebook series are media sponsors of MacVoices TV. Visit them at takecontrolbooks.com. Welcome back to MacVoices TV at Macworld Conference and Expo. I'm Chuck Joyner, and this time around we get to give you a special treat. We get to take you inside the John Lennon Educational Tour Bus. Come on inside. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Chuck.
This is Jeff Sobel, the chief engineer, who I understand has just been recently promoted to genius of the John Lennon Tour Bus. Congratulations.
Thank you. I got to have new business cards printed now.
I think they can probably afford that, you know. So tell us about the John Lennon Tour Bus from the tech side, because now we're inside and wow, I want to take this home.
Yeah. This is the all-new John Lennon Educational Tour Bus that debuted in January last year. So it's just completed its first year out on the road. So it's finally road tested, it's survived, and we know it's good. We're starting off January 09 here at Macworld, and I'll take you on a little tour of the bus and show you what we've got going on in here, and show you what's old, what's new, and where we're going with it.
Fantastic. I see a lot of Apple technology around here already, so I love it.
Definitely. Yeah. If you come on into the front studio here, you'll find Seamus Hart, our onboard engineer.
Seamus, how are you?
Who's just finishing up the project that we've been doing here at Macworld over the last 2 days with local high school students, as well as our friends from Zimbabwe, Liana. They collaborated on an original song produced yesterday and a video that was produced today. It just finished exporting. This is using Final Cut Studio, of course, and also Adobe After Effects. Up here, Seamus is working on the Mac Pro. This is brand new Mac Pro, an 8-core. And he's getting everything ready. The studio is both a audio production and video production studio. You'll see that there's a Digidesign 003 up in the rack there. Also up in the rack, you've got Sony HDV decks and EX decks. It's a 5.1 surround sound studio, which is great for doing high-def audio and for video production. You'll notice these very bright lights up here. These are light panels, LED lights. This is one of our new additions for 09. These are really great broadcast lights. We were finding that the bus looked great. It could have looked, certain interviews could have stood to have a little bit more light, and so we've installed these in the corners here, and they're DMX controllable on the Mac, working out really well. And they work in conjunction with these Sony robotically controlled HD cameras, which connect to the Anycast system and allow us to do live video switching when we have people in here.
So everything gets shot as well as edited right in here?
Yeah, exactly. The audio production and songwriting start right here, and video is often shot in here as well, using these robotically controlled cameras as well as the Sony handheld cameras that we have. We have the EX series of XD cams and also the Z7Us and Z5Us.
It's a really impressive setup because there's just no wasted space. It's sort of hard to believe we're inside a bus, but there's this much room. At the same time, there's a heck of a lot of equipment in here.
There really is, and what's actually been really cool about the advance of technology over the years is we were finding, less and less physical space necessary to accomplish the same or greater goals. So when we first started with the bus back in '98, it was all hardware. There was, digital tape. Luckily, analog tape had, we didn't have to go quite that route. It would have been a lot more maintenance. But it was digital tape. It was these big machines. And that, of course, is advanced to hard disk recording. Now, you've got a couple of terabytes of storage in, a small box. In fact, we have an Apple X-Ray here, 8 terabytes of storage in, a few rack spaces, and it's easy to manage. And it's amazing, like, as we are capable of doing more and more, we're able to pull gear out, and it's interesting. If I take you through, in fact, I can show you some of this.
Great.
Before we step into the rear studio here, we've got our central machine rack here, which houses most of the hardware that runs both studios in the entire bus. So you've got digital audio equipment, clocking and interfaces, the coax patch bays, the two Mac Pros, which power everything that are in the bus, and then the X-Ray that I was talking about. And this here is the rear studio. Watch your step. And this is really where we do the majority of the music production. So this is another 5.1 surround sound system with Apogee converters running Logic Pro. You see the session is still open from the song that was produced today. We also have Final Cut Studio back here and After Effects, so you can do all of your audio, video, photography production right here. In the upper rack, we have Mike Freeze from Aphex. And back over here, this is kind of our little musician's world. So this is the Roland RD700 electric piano and the Roland V drums, which give us great sounds in this small space.
I know what my reaction is walking in here. I can only imagine what the kids, how they feel when they come here. They must think they have died and gone to heaven.
Absolutely. It's for a lot of kids, it's the first time that they've been exposed to instruments, or this range of instruments, not just the quality, but to have, drums and piano and all the software all in one place with people that can help them do it. As Seamus often says, at the start of a day when we're kind of orienting the kids to what's going to happen, he likes to say, we have the capability of doing anything that you can imagine. It's just a matter of figuring out what it is that you want to do, and we can help you do it. Our only limitation is time, because we do everything in such short bursts and then move on to the next place and do it all over again.
Now, I understand this is not just the John Lennon tour bus. This is also your home, as a matter of fact, that you live on the bus.
That's correct, yeah. There's 3 engineers that live full-time on the bus, 10 months out of the year, sometimes a little bit more. And this is it, yeah. Every morning they get up in a new place and work with a group of kids, go through the whole project like we've talked about, and then they pack up and the driver comes back, they hit the road, and they go on to the next place and do it again. And that's every single day, just like that. It just becomes one big blur of music and video fun.
I bet. But it's got to be very gratifying, very rewarding.
Yeah, it is. There's nothing like it in the world. For me, the best part of the whole process is actually at the end of the day. Like I told you earlier, when the students first come in, oftentimes they're from different schools, they've never met each other before, and they're getting to know each other, and there's that whole kind of like standoffishness of, people that have about to embark on this collaborative project, but they don't know each other, they don't know where each other are coming from. And for me, the best part of the day is at the end of the day when everything's finished and they've got the DVD in their hand and they're walking out of the bus and they've got their arms around each other and they've traded phone numbers because they want to work together again, and you just watch that and go, wow, 9 hours ago these kids had never met each other. And it's just the power of this sort of project and how it brings people together and really expands the scope of what they're interested in.
And that may be the best explanation of the whole purpose of the bus is that. The media creation is great, it's very cool. The people links have got to be one of the primary things, and you see it happen every day.
Yeah, that really is what it is. It's about digital multimedia allowing people to express themselves so that people can come together regardless of what their background is.
Jeff, I know that this is a very busy time. It sounds like it's always a busy time on the Lennon bus, but thank you so much for the tour. We really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. We look forward to seeing you again next year.
Count on it. Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices TV in the John Lennon tour bus at Macworld Conference and Expo. We'll be back again soon. Until the next time, thanks for watching. The Take Control ebook series are media sponsors of MacVoices TV. Visit them at takecontrolbooks.com. MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.